Here with Ray Robinson. What's good, right?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm chilling, man. All right. What you been up to?
Same old stuff, just training, trying to stay in shape, try to keep my weight down this whole pandemic thing.
How you making out during the pandemic?
It's all right. I mean, as best as, possible.
Now, are you training or you training fighters? Because I heard that you're starting to be an active trainer.
So I'm doing a little bit of both. I still help out these young kids, trying to get them to something positive. I train them for fights, or I just do fitness, whatever, like that. And then I also train on my own. I go run, I hit the bag, and things like that.
Do you feel like it's easier being a fighter so you can train a fighter?
No, I mean you got some people that was better coaches than fighters. You know what I'm saying? So I mean it all depends on how much you love it. If you love it and you feel like you can give something back to the sport, then I think that's it. Now,
you're a decorated amateur, right?
Mm-hmm.
Great amateur career, a solid pro career. Do you feel like having a good amateur background helps you in the pros?
Yeah, but it does. If you have enough amateur experience, it kind of teaches you how to adapt, right? Because when you're in the amateurs, you don't know who you're going to fight. You don't know if you're going to fight a southpaw or right-hander, if they're going to switch and things like that. So I feel as though that my experience, international experience, things like that, so it kind of do help me out. For me personally, help me out with adapting to fighters. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right. Last two fights you had, very, very controversial. One was against Mean Machine. The next one was against Josh Kelly. Everybody thinks that you won those fights.
Yeah.
Why can't you seem to get the nod from the judges?
Obviously, I don't have a promoter, so I fought them on their promoter's card. I fought Tavring, I fought Kavalauskas. That was the #1 guy. I had no shot in hell to supposedly win. This dude was supposed to walk all over me. And I actually read an article that they basically said I was a sparring partner for Kavalauskas to get ready for Crawford. So they had me no shot to win. So I shook up the game and outboxed him. You know what I'm saying? Made it seem like he had 2 left feet. I basically swing without getting wet, outboxed him easy. And I feel as though that they knew they couldn't say he won, so they gave me a draw. And it's the same thing when I fought Josh Kelly. I fought him on Eddie Hearn's card, his promoter's card, and same thing. And I thought I won that way more clear than I won Kavalauskas. And they had to give me a draw because there's no way they could have said he won that, So I feel as though that because I'm not with them, I'm not their fighter. I guess they feel as though they can't give me the nod to push me forward, so they try to keep me in the same place and give me a draw. So it kind of, what I'm saying, that's the politics at its best.
Yo, I got a question, right? You versus Mean Machine was supposed to be a title eliminator to become Crawford's Mando.
Yes.
Nobody won that fight. How does Mean Machine become the Mando? That's weird.
Dude, the thing is, I have been asking the same question, man, and it's insane because it's one of them things that, you get the phone calls like, whoever wins this fight, going to fight Crawford. And I'm like, all right, perfect, So I thought I won. So when it was a draw, I was like, all right, cool, let's run it back. So I told my team, get in contact with Top Rank and all them. We asked Kavalauskas, we asked Top Rank. They both said no. But somehow, a couple months later, you see that Kavalauskas was fighting Crawford. And that's one of them things that I've been dealing with my whole career. It's just politics. It's one of them things that absolutely sucks, that leaves a nasty taste in not only my mouth, the fans' mouth. It's just corny as shit, to be honest, that they can do that. You know what I'm saying? I feel as though that's why I'm on Crawford Hills right now, because like, if you gave him a shot and he didn't win, give me my shot then. And I show the word that I gotta beat you again.
Speaking of Terence Crawford,
yeah.
He's undefeated.
Mm-hmm.
You are the last man to beat Terence Crawford.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And we saw a video of him saying why he shouldn't fight you.
Yeah, he wasted a lot of time just telling people why he shouldn't fight me. That's all he did.
You feel like he's ducking you?
I just, honestly, him and his team I feel as though that Top Rank don't want that work. I think Top Rank is got a lot of money invested in him, so even if he want to, I just feel like Top Rank wouldn't allow it. But I mean, I feel as though you your own man. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say what I say in my on my Instagram and things like that, I call him, Bob. He's his puppet master. You know what I'm saying? He can't cough without asking Bob, can he? Cough. It's insane. It pisses me off. You know what I'm saying? You're a grown ass man. So it's like one of them things that, he made this interview and he did. If you look at the interview, the only thing he did was why he shouldn't fight me or why he can't fight me. I don't want to hear. Don't worry about my losses because you never gave me one. I gave you one, right? So that's one of the things I say. And not only that, like, it would be more catchy. Me and him got history together, so people want to see me and Crawford than him and Kavalauskas. You know what I'm saying? So I messed that shit up for all of them. I threw a monkey wrench in the game for all of them because I was supposed to lose against Kavalauskas, and then they was gonna hype Crawford up and Kavalauskas. So they was gonna say, oh, he beat a southpaw, and that's the only way Crawford fight is really a southpaw. So imagine what he'd do to Crawford, and then they was gonna hype it up and try to do all these ticket sales, and shit was a dud because I really beat Kavalauskas. So Kavalauskas screwed the whole game up.
All right, so you want the Crawford fight, but now we're hearing that he's trying to get Manny Pacquiao, or then he'll settle for Kell Brook.
Mm-hmm.
What's your thoughts on the Kell Brook fight?
Listen, I even wanted to fight Kell Brook, but he, annoyed me, didn't want that work. But same thing, man. They just keep going around me. You know what I'm saying? It's one of them things that's just frustrating, irritating as hell. It's been like that my whole career, and I just feel as though that he keep trying to fight international fighters. Listen, fight an American fighter, someone that got somewhat your style, and let's get it in. Like, stop running, stop being an excuse. I don't want to hear his Bob, or I don't want to hear. You always say, oh, I can't fight Spence because he's across the street. I can't fight this dude because he's across the street. I don't have no promoter. I'm in the middle of the street. Let's go. Simple.
Yo, he was talking real spicy in that interview. Yo, he took it up a notch.
Yeah, man. Listen, that's what he do, man. I mean, anybody can talk, real heavy. You know what I'm saying, with a phone. You know what I'm saying. So I don't want to hear that. Listen, I told him I'm from Philly. I don't really do too much of the talking. I like to let the hands fly. So sign the paper. Let's get it on.
Okay. Now, you were the last man to beat him. Mm-hmm. Everybody in the pros have been unsuccessful. How do you beat a Terence Crawford?
Just adapting. I just feel as though that it's the same thing with the whole. I said this before with the whole Vernon Forrest and Shane Mosley. Everyone's like, oh, there's no way that Vernon Forrest will beat Shane Mosley again because Vernon Forrest beat him in the amateurs. And Vernon Forrest just knew for a fact, like, listen, I'm gonna beat this man again because I have his number, and it's just a thing that you have in you. Like, it's something that you just know for a fact. Like, people say, oh, well, that was just amateurs. You know what I'm saying? He got better, so, and I did too. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't want to hear that Crawford got better. I got better too. And styles make fights. So when Crawford try to bring up my losses, I don't want to hear that. Like, styles make fights. We all know that. We all been in the game. So if you feel like gloving up, I told him once before, shut up or glove up. I don't want to hear it.
Do you remember the fight?
Yeah, like it was yesterday. Yeah.
What exactly did you do to offset, the switching and?
I just adapt to whatever he did. I just did it better. You know what I'm saying? I stayed behind my jab. I countered him a lot. And when I had to go in there and mix it up, I did. So when he felt like falling back, chilling, I put the pressure. When he felt like, trying to, bring the pressure, I boxed. So things like that. I mean, Crawford is a smart fighter, but he can be outthinked. He's not invisible. He's not someone that can't be touched. So, I mean, we all seen him get touched before. He don't got the best chin. You know what I'm saying? But people couldn't finish him off, and I feel like I can.
Speaking of chins, right? Your name came up
Mm-hmm.
in the Gary Russell, Terence Crawford drama. Now, Gary said he broke his jaw, and Dynamite and Mark Davis said, basically that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Do you remember that incident?
I wasn't there. I was not there. I was not at the. I wasn't there, so I can't even speak on if it happened or didn't happen.
Okay.
So.
Is that where the chin speculation came in at?
Maybe he started the whole thing. Maybe he fucked Crawford chin up, and now that's why he can't take the best shots. I don't know.
All right, Ray. Boxing's back.
Mm-hmm.
Besides Crawford, is there anybody that you want to fight at 147? Because there are a couple people that's still available.
Yeah, I mean, listen. At the end of the day, man, you look at my resume. I haven't never ducked no one. I fought some of the tough people. Even when I was a prospect, I was fighting fighters. People would be like, "Oh, you should never take that fight," things like that. I always, you know, if you look at my record, I always took tough fights. I always did that road. So me ducking anyone or anyone calling my name or anyone on to fight me, they know that I'm always available. If the money's right and everything is set in stone, I'm willing to go. So I mean, but to be honest, I would love to get that Crawford fight. That's like, you know what I'm saying? I just feel as though that I got something to prove. I got something to show the world. You know, styles make fights. A lot, you know, Crawford anyway is the one that said something about my losses. So, and I mean, the guys I lost to wasn't bums. You know what I'm saying? They was tough fighters and things like that. And styles make fights, and it was their day. So if Crawford, you know, man up, want to rumble, I'm right here.
Okay. Last question. This is a fight in your division. A fellow Philly guy, Danny Garcia, Errol Spence. These are two possible guys that you could see in the future.
Yeah.
How do you see that fight playing out?
Honestly, I don't know. That's one of the fights that's funny to me because I feel as though that when Danny was world champ, I was calling Danny out, and you know, not because it's, you know, I got something against him. It's just one of them things that I'm from Philly, you from Philly, we both doing our thing. You know what I'm saying? We fought in the amateurs. Let's do it again. Let's run it back. Let's have some fun. Like, I'm in. You know what I'm saying? We both make money, but he, you know, didn't want that work. So him versus Spence, it's gonna be a good fight because honestly, a lot of people saying that you never know how Spence really recovered from that accident. And you know, Danny is a decent fighter. I can't take nothing from him. He got great timing. He got good power. So it's gonna be a hell of a fight.
Now, you fought Danny in the amateurs?
Yeah.
Did you win that one?
No. So it's one of them things that I didn't win, but I mean, it's one of them things that you know what's up, Danny. You know what's up. But it's one of them things. It was a good fight. You know what I'm saying? Listen, Danny. I would love to fight Danny. To be honest, because I feel as though that. I mean, we'll pack the house. I mean, I think it would be a hell of a fight, a great fight. But I guess that we kind of moved on from that because, you know, we already know that Danny's never going to take that fight. And, you know, best of luck to him with the Spence fight. And, you know, so it is what it is.
Now, have you ever sparred Spence or no?
I never sparred Spence, but I sparred Danny. And that was, you know, me and Danny definitely got it in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything to say to the fans or Terence Crawford?
Crawford, you know what I'm saying? Man up, dude. It's time to step up. Listen, stop trying to go fight American and you know, Brooks and all. Look, I'm right here. Fight a, you know what I'm saying, American fighter. I'm ready to go. I'm way cheaper than all these other dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know you trying to go for Pacquiao. You trying to go for Brooks. They gonna ask for top dollars, right? I know the whole COVID thing, so everyone's like, oh, I ain't gonna take a pay cut. Listen, you know I'm not a Pacquiao. I'm not a, listen, holla at me. Listen, talk to your puppet master. Ask him, can you get this work, and we'll figure this out. You know what I'm saying? I sign on a dotted line, and I'm ready to rumble, man, whenever he want. But I think he's just, you know, he's gonna keep talking shit behind the camera and do whatever he got to do. But if he really want to fight, that's what men do. You know what I'm saying? We meet up in the square circle and we rumble. So.
Thanks, Ray. I appreciate it.
Thank you, man.